Hello everyone, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more, and this is a review for Far Changing Tides. And this is a relatively new game that just came out on March 1st, 2022, and is a sequel to Okomotive's 2018 release of Far Lone Sails. And this is my first time ever playing an Okomotive game. I think they've only have like 2 or 3 games at this time, and they're a relatively small indie company. So of course I never even knew about them, but thankfully Xbox Game Pass came along the way and had this game, so I had to play it. But I swear, Xbox Game Pass has been putting some great indie gems like Spiritfarer, for instance, and just makes people like myself aware that it's not just AAA games that can be good and be put on their platforms, but indies that can easily top them in many ways. So in Far Changing Tides, you play as this little character who sinks into the ocean and awaken and eventually find a boat and operate it to sail the seas to wherever. This game involves you manning the sails, and later you will acquire upgrades to do multiple functions and tasks with your ship. I found it at first difficult to manage the multiple tasks, so I really relied on doing 1 to 2 tasks at a time and didn't want to branch out as I was afraid to lose out on items or get my ship damaged along the way. And this game is a side-scroller, and you go seemingly forever to the right. And as you sail, you must be vigilant of how high the masts are, and they're not hitting obstacles along the way, as it can get damaged and will involve you repairing it at certain points. And I have to point out too is how restrictive the camera is. I just wish I could see much further with the camera instead of its very restrictive nature. Later on, you'll get the power to go faster and not have to rely on the mast, so you will have to grab items that you can find around the ocean floor, which are pinged along this indicator on your ship at various times that items are nearby. Now, the thing about this game that really grabbed me is that it doesn't involve dialogue, which I love, and very reminiscent to great atmospheric non-dialogue games like Journey, Gris, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and really rely on the atmospheric experience with great music behind it. My complaint with this game, in comparison to those that I mentioned, is that the music is not really front and center and a powerful moving force, which I just don't feel in this game. And it's there and great when it happens, don't get me wrong, but I feel as though it disappears quite a lot throughout the game and wasn't as impactful for me as those other games that I mentioned. It also doesn't hold your hand. You'll have to figure things out on your own, which is not a problem. However, at some points, I did feel lost and needed to watch a walkthrough to help me along the way, especially with certain puzzles, but most of them are pretty easy to figure out. I just felt stupid at times when I couldn't figure it out, and when I watched the video, I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Stupid me. And lastly, let me point out that the graphics are not the most impressive looking, but I think the art style really works very well with some fantastic looking vistas in the background, especially when you're on top of the ocean and as well as when you go below it as well. So I'm giving Far Changing Tides a You can find this game on Xbox Game Pass and many other platforms out there, including Switch, which I think is perfect for Switch, for $20, which is a sweet deal. This game literally played like a breeze. No pun intended. And this game will take you about 2.5 to 6 hours to beat, which may feel short, but considering it's an indie studio and it's, maybe on the short side, I think it comes at a pretty sweet deal. I think it's $20 is a perfect price for this. And now I think it's setting up for something perfect. And I feel like this game would be perfect as co-op in the future with the 3rd installment. And I think they're really setting up for that for the 3rd installment. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm calling it. Now imagine having this experience with another friend, expanding your ship, making it bigger, and having 2 people involved, having an online co-op partner to help you with the task and witness this amazing story in the backdrop would be fantastic to see, and I think it would work wonders. So for the developers, Okomotive, thank you for this amazing game. I'm definitely going to be checking out the first game for sure, and I hope you make co-op a forefront for your third game. Just make it with 2 players. Doesn't have to be 4 players. 2 players, make it a big giant ship, and I think it would work wonders, and I think it would be great. So I highly recommend you go out and play this game right now. Support these developers. And don't forget to please like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.